Hello my YouTube friend, this is Non-Mechanic here, and today I'm working on a 2004 Infiniti G35, and what I'm doing today, I am removing the radiator fans. I'm trying to remove the radiator support. So one of the items I have to remove is the radiator fans. If you haven't watched my previous videos, watch them and you'll see how I got to this point. So let's get on with it. This radiator fans has a couple of, if you see down there, has a couple of wire harnesses. It has two of them, one there and one all the way. Let's see if you can see that right there. So that's two of them. I've seen people do it from the top and take them out, but then if you do it from the top, you're gonna have to cut some ribbons that are in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them off from the bottom. But before I get there, we have to empty out the coolant. The reason being is because this hose right here is in the way and we have to remove it. If you remove this hose, you're going to create a mess of antifreeze all over your garage or wherever you at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty it out first, because eventually I'm going to have to remove the radiator anyway. So this has a peak, like a little peacock in the bottom, but I was looking at it and it seems like it's a little it seems that it's already stripped right here. So I'm gonna try to open it from right here to empty it out. If I cannot empty it out from there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this hole out of here, and this takes a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, or 8mm socket. So let me set up right here. First, I'm gonna try to open it from right here, but as you can see, it's already stripped. So I'm gonna give it a try first. It takes a flathead screwdriver, and I'm gonna try to open it from there. Oh, and it's spinning. There you go. So now be careful, because it's gonna start dripping. Make sure you have a nice bucket. If you're gonna use the coolant again, make sure you use a clean bucket. But what I'm doing, I'm just gonna empty it out and just refill it with new one, and just loosen it up. Make sure you wear your safety glasses and you have gloves. So to make it faster to empty it out, you want to open up the cap in the top. So you open your cap, and once you open it, it'll start coming down a little faster down there. As you can see, it was dripping at first, but once you open the cap, it starts dripping. So while this is dripping, I'm gonna give it a few minutes and I'll be right back. So now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove two 10mm bowls that are here, and one is here and the other one is in the other side. This one is broken off because of the impact of the accident, but it's gonna be right in here, and yours is gonna be right in here, another 10mm bowl in there. So I'm gonna remove this one, the one I have. So I'm using a 10mm socket. Now that you have removed that one, what you want to do is you have these right here. These right here, you got to turn them. As you can see, this one is already off. It's in the unlocked position because as you can see, when the impact hit, it hit right here and it cracked the radiator support. So all you have to do is just turn it. I'm going to show you on this one. Sometimes you can use your hand to do it, or you can just use a pair of pliers, but be careful that you don't break it because it's plastic. So all you're going to do is just turn it and bring it up. This one is already out, so we're just going to bring it up. So now, the next thing we want to do is remove this hole right here and this one right here, and you're going to need a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to remove this one first. Just make sure you put a bucket under, just in case. You want to loosen it. And once you loosen it, all you want to do is just pull this. Like I said, you see? Put out a little bit of coolant. Now the next one we're going to remove is this big hose right here. You're going to use your flathead. Make sure you got something under, like I said. Now that it's loose, what you want to do is you want to pull it. Sometimes you just have to shake it. Want to use both hands. Let me loosen this up a little more. You want to make sure that it's nice and loose. And what you want to do is pull. Sometimes you just have to twist it, turn it. There you go. As you can see in here, this hose is cracked right there. See that? So all you want to do is just pull it, and it should come out. There you go. So you put these to the side right now. You're almost halfway done. So now that we have removed this, what we want to do is remove the wire harness. As I said before, we can go from the top to remove them. There's one right there and the other one, but then you're going to have to cut a wire, so we're going to go from the bottom. I'm in the passenger side, and I'm going to be removing the wire harness from the radiator fans. Now, you can come from the top, but the reason why I find it much easier going from here, because if you go from the top, you're going to have to go in there and cut some ribbons that's in there. But over here, if you see, you have two wire harness right in the bottom. Now, if you notice, I put a green tape here and a green tape on the top, so I won't be confused where it goes. And the way to remove this, these clips has this little tap here. So you have to press them. I'm hoping that I can press them and get them out. But now you can use a screwdriver to press it in. So you put your hand right in there. You press it. And you pull. And there goes one. Now you want to do the same thing to the other one. Press. So you have to press them. I'll show you what I was pressing. I was pressing this right here. You have to press it in and then pull. Now, you got those out of there. So now everything is off. So all we have to do now is lift up the radiator and it should be out. And if you notice the radiator on the bottom right here, see this right here? This is what the radiator goes in there. You have one here and the other one over here. I don't know if you can see that one. Here goes right here. Show you more closer. There's one here and one right here. So now when you lift it up, this should be coming out and the radiator fan should be coming out very easily because we disconnect everything. Let's see this work out. So now that we remove the wire harness and remove the hose, we push these hoses to the side And what you're going to do, you're going to push the radiator forward and the radiator fan that way. The reason why you're doing that is because right here, where the hose go at right here, is in the way. So we have to just push it, get it out from there, and then should be able to bring it up. Just got to do some maneuvering, and eventually you'll get it out. You'll have to move some things around, and you should be able to get it out. So here goes your radiator. So here goes your radiator fans. They work. The only thing that's wrong with this is that's broken right here. It's broken here. So I'm gonna see how I do a hole here to put it back. If not, we're just gonna have to get a new one. I'm trying to get to the radiator support, and these are the things that has to be removed in order to get to this radiator support. So once again, this is Non-Mechanic. If you have any comments or questions, please post them down below or contact me on nonmechanic101@yahoo.com. That is nonmechanic101@yahoo.com. And remember, if Non-Mechanic can do it, you can do it. Later.